It started 3 weeks ago. Clara's phone rang. The clock on her nightstand glowed. Exactly 12 midnight. At first, she thought it was just a wrong number, probably someone with clumsy fingers. But when she picked up, the line was dead quiet. Well, not entirely quiet. She could hear breathing, slow, uneasy, and strangely, familiar. Shaking her head, she hung up, brushed it off as a prank, and tried to go back to sleep. But the next night, it happened again. And the next. Always at the stroke of midnight. By the fifth night, sleep was a distant memory. Clara's eyes were bloodshot. Her heart hammered against her ribs every time the phone buzzed on her nightstand. When she finally answered, her hand trembling, the voice on the other end was soft, almost a fragile whisper. "You shouldn't have forgotten me." She froze, her own breath catching in her throat. "Who is this?" she whispered back, her voice barely audible. But there was no answer, just a heavy, suffocating silence. Then the call ended. Days blurred into sleepless nights, and the calls grew darker, more unsettling. Sometimes she would hear a distorted version of her own voice crying on the other end. Other times, she heard faint whispers, singing the lullaby her mother used to sing to her. Her mother, who had passed away only a month ago. The thought sent a chill down her spine that had nothing to do with the cold air in her room. Clara tried everything she could think of. She changed her number, a huge hassle. She blocked all unknown callers, but the ringing never stopped. It was as if the calls were coming from inside her own life, not from the outside world. Different phones, different SIM cards, it didn't matter. Always at midnight. The calls always found her. One night, as a storm raged outside, Clara sat alone in her living room, a single lamp casting long dancing shadows on the walls. The rain pounded against the windows like angry fists. She placed her phone on the coffee table, her eyes locked on the black screen, waiting. At exactly midnight, the screen lit up. "Incoming call! Unknown!" Her hands trembled uncontrollably. This time she wasn't just going to listen. She pressed record, and then she answered. "Who are you? What do you want from me?" she demanded, her voice shaking but firm. The line was quiet for a long moment. And then the voice spoke, sending a fresh wave of ice through her veins. "Check your voicemail." The line went dead. With a sense of dread, Clara opened her voicemail app. Her finger shook as she scrolled down, past recent messages all the way to the bottom. There it was. An old message, one she had no memory of ever saving. The date stamp was from 2 weeks before her mother's death. Her heart pounding, she pressed play. First, there was static, a hiss and crackle that sounded like a gateway to another world. Then, her own voice, filled with a regret she had tried so hard to bury. "Mom, I'm so sorry I wasn't there. I didn't mean to ignore your call. I was just so busy." A pause. And then another voice. Faint, weak, but unmistakably clear. Her mother's. "I'll always find a way to talk to you, my dear. Even when you stop answering." The message ended, leaving a deafening silence in the room. Just as she was processing what she'd heard, her phone buzzed one final time. She looked down. The caller ID wasn't a number, it was her own name. "Clara, my number." Before she could react, the call connected automatically. From the phone's speaker, her own voice whispered, the same words that had started this nightmare. "You shouldn't have forgotten me." The phone slipped from her grasp, clattering onto the floor. The screen went black, and in the dark reflection of the rain-streaked window, for just a fleeting second, she saw her mother standing right behind her, a gentle, knowing smile on her face. If you enjoyed this story, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more chilling tales. Let me know in the comments what you think happened next. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.